Alright everyone, I keep finding myself having to talk about censorship. I wonder why. YouTube has decided to unilaterally restrict everything on Tommy Robinson's channel. Now this comes in the wake of massive pressure by the moneyed parties that be within the British government. They've been like, well, Tommy Robinson was kicked off Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, so we're trying to basically disappear him so he can't speak out, so that he can't defend himself. And the last place, like the last big tech site he's on, is YouTube. And so the Labour Party there, it's very, very surreal. It must be weird to be Tommy Robinson or to be someone like a fan of his or something. It must be weird to live in a country where your money is actually literally being used to suppress you, and while that country pretends not to be like dystopian. And so they've been trying to get him kicked off YouTube. Now YouTube has said, well, he doesn't break our rules. We can't ban him off of our service. We don't see, they don't have a thing like Twitter. On Twitter or Facebook, if you do something off-site that Zuckerberg or Jack don't like, they'll kick you off as long as they find out about it. Which means that you can easily get raided because, people, they do stuff all across the internet. Something they did fucking 10 years ago that gets fronted to some moderator. They're like, aha, we can finally get rid of them. YouTube is like the only big tech firm. YouTube and Amazon are the only ones that don't really do that. All of the others do. If you say something naughty on some website 3 years ago, they might ban you off the site today, even though it has nothing to do with their own TOS. But YouTube doesn't do that. So what they did is this same sort of restricted mode compromise where you can't comment on his videos, you can't organically share them except by grabbing the URL, you can't like them or put them in a playlist and stuff like that, which is like, it's ridiculous. So basically what YouTube has done, it's arguably even worse because they've turned it into a leper. So now basically when you go to his videos, you get a restricted warning. It's like, yeah, it might be offensive and stuff. And it's not even on a video by video basis, it's the whole channel. So going to his actual channel, there is, I mean, he could upload literally anything under the sun. He could have a video of himself drinking like grape juice, or he could have a video of himself like looking at furniture, and it would still be in restricted mode. It must be interesting to be so fucking threatening to your own political establishment that they try to get multi-billion-dollar companies to censor you. It's very, very funny. And this is the same dude who's been railroaded, he's been abused, and it's very funny because every time they have a news story about him, they make sure to talk about his real name and stuff. Like, I guess it's an attempt to scare him. Like, they're trying to get him attacked, I think. British government is fucked up, and YouTube shouldn't have done this. Absolutely not. There's no, as far as I know, on the TOS under YouTube, restricted mode in the limited state sense, the restricted mode on steroids we have now, is applied to videos. As far as I read, I never saw anything about it being applicable to entire channels. I do know that they've extended it basically in part. There's like now a second kind of limited state for any user that's suspected of being under 18, but then at the same time, apparently that's sporadic and doesn't always trigger. And then some people are like, well, I'm like 30 years old, but I make toy reviews, and now I'm a pariah on the website just because of the subject matter. Like, apparently any video that like could be construed as even like kid friendly now is in this same state. And it's like, so Tommy Robinson, so basically here are the groups of people that are being like abused. Anyone who happens to be under 18, anyone who talks about kid stuff, and Tommy Robinson, and like Amron and stuff like that. It's very funny to see them all treated the same way. Number one, I wonder if anyone notices how odd that is. And number two, YouTube is trying so hard to straddle that line. I do kind of understand. I can at least respect the situation. I disagree with the decision. They shouldn't do it. They should rescind restricted mode on his videos. They should apologize to him, because there's nothing, again, as far as I know, the TOS is for videos, not for actual channels. That's like saying that if a person said something naughty and their government doesn't like them, they can be totally restricted on site. And it doesn't even really make sense. Like YouTube is a US website, but I can kind of understand why they're doing this. They're afraid of their advertisers. They're afraid now with Article 13 and shit like that. They're really afraid of getting sued by Europe. So basically, it's the same old tale of Europe is exporting tyranny and trying to suppress people around the world. It's sort of a form of digital colonialism when we think about it. Oh, we're the high-minded, high and mighty, very intelligent and astute Europeans, and we're going to tell everybody else how to run the internet because, right to rule or some stupid shit like that. No, it should be an America First internet too. The United States should be the only arbiter of those things. It should be all subjugated to the Constitution. There should be an Internet Bill of Rights. We need a lot more liberty on the Internet, not less. And by the way, taxing the Internet's a dumb idea too. It's like, yeah, how are we going to make this ad revenue system that's already unprofitable worse? I know, we'll add another layer of cost onto everybody. It'll be a wonderful idea, and it totally won't destroy smaller creators and sites at the expense of multinationals that use tax havens. It's the same fucking story that we have in brick and mortar businesses is what's happening to the internet. It's going to get to the point where we're going to have to try to innovate, and we're going to have to use some sort of new technology or multiple sources of new technology to try to make a new internet. Why don't we just, like, canvas the whole world? Like, drones are cheap now. It's, Amazon has their drone blimp and shit. Let's build, like, millions of drones, and in any significantly advanced area, we'll just drop, like, little fucking machines or something that put out a signal, and they all interconnect, and the whole world will have, like, free internet and shit. Hook it up to solar panels or something. We need to do something. Alt tech is definitely where it's at. I'm gonna have to make a video on cryptocurrency again too. It's funny because under the advice of several friends, thank you very much. You might know who you are. Under the advice of several people, I decided not to liquidate the Bitcoin that I was holding, and now it's skyrocketing. So I feel pretty good about that decision. No, it's actually fun. Like, you can, crypto wallets in the description. I do like holding it. It is kind of interesting to have something it's kind of a currency, but it's kind of a stock investment, or I don't know exactly. I'd class it. Of course, you have to pay taxes when you receive it, but until you actually sell it, you don't have to, like, deal with any additional fees. So it is potential profit. I mean, it's obviously here to stay. It's just, it's really, really funny to see YouTube, to see the older tech firms. YouTube keeps trying to be the middleman firm. It's like Apple and Facebook and Instagram, those and Twitter. Those are the really censorious ones. And then Amazon largely has taken a hands-off approach. I know they're banning some books and stuff now, and I'm not happy about that either, but generally speaking, it's considerably less. It's really, really stringently targeted at the moment. I hope it stays that way because I like using Amazon as a service. Yes, I know that might be an unpopular opinion. I have no problem with Bezos and Amazon. I don't have a problem with Google and YouTube either. I just wish that they would choose a side. Are you going to be like Twitter and alienate everybody because your site only exists because of independent creation? Or are you going to, continue to be the main hub for content creation in a video format? Obviously, I hope it's the latter. Kind of been here for 12 years. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. But I mean, if I got treated like Tommy Robinson, so I can't even talk to my audience and fucking, feel like you're not even welcome on the site, it'd be like, well, I guess we definitely have to talk about dissenter in every video just so that there will be a comment area. That's about all. Peace out.